Good morning, Inner Circle. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Just wanted to jump in here very, very quickly with sort of an impromptu live, some tips on where to find topics. So one of my coaching clients sort of inspired me to do this morning. So I figured she's asking a question, why not share this with everybody? Because you might have the same question. Hanging out here, excited for Christmas. Who's excited for the holiday? I know I am. Got all the Christmas lights going on around here. I got one of my favorite Christmas shirts on. It's actually a cycling jersey that I wear here. I'm not going to go cycling. It's too cold outside, but absolutely excited to be here. Tell me what's your, as you jump on here, tell me what your favorite part about the holidays is. What's the favorite thing you like to do for the holidays? And we'll get jumping right in here. I'm going to give you a very, very quick training on where to find topics for your lives and reels, because sometimes it's like, what do I talk about? Where do I find topics? We've talked about before where you find people, but it's like, what do I talk about? Of course, in the swag shop, in the Rank Maker swag shop, there's a book that's called Persuasive Headlines and Titles, which is a really good way to give you some ideas here. But I'm going to share this tip with you. It's one of my favorites that you can use for generic business tips. Maybe it relates to you, something to talk about, start a conversation. I'm going to walk through the process and show you exactly how to use these in terms of having the topic, sharing the content, doing the call to action, and then, of course, being able to share this content. So this should be some valuable information. I won't keep you here long. So let's jump right into this. So one of the things that's very, very important, of course, is showing up on Reels, showing up on Facebook, doing something in terms of a live that's going to help you grow your business. And you think to yourself, where do I find people, right? What is it? There's where do I find people? And then there's where do I find stuff to talk about? How do I prospect people? How do I reach out to people? One of the things that if you're showing up on Facebook, you're showing up on Reels, you're showing up on social media, and you're talking about your business, and it doesn't necessarily have to be you talking about your products or your business in particular. It can just be doing general business tips is going to add credibility, right? There's a thing called know, like, and trust. When people begin to know you because you're showing up, right? They begin to like you, right? Maybe. And they begin to trust you because you're delivering value to them. They're going to start watching. And some of those people who are watching you anonymously may randomly just send you a message, because I put my phone number on every single thing I do. So if you have questions, text me, right? And that's sort of one of my call to action. You're like, questions about the topic, text me. If you have questions, text me. I put it on my YouTube channels. I put it everywhere. And it's usually scrolling right across the bottom of the screen that says questions, text me. And I'll get a text from somebody. So usually it's 3 or 4 times a month saying, hey, been watching your videos. Can you tell me more about your business? Absolutely. You got time. And if I have time right now, I'll simply text them back and say, and this is where all this leads into, is because you're showing up, talking about, sharing business tips, delivering value around the topic of growing your business. And the value can be talking about things you can do. Matter of fact, I just got off a coaching call. It's 5 things you shouldn't do to grow your business, right? What would those tips be? 5 things you shouldn't do. You shouldn't not prospect. You shouldn't not follow up. You shouldn't not have customer service. You shouldn't not market, right? Some tips there. So let's jump in. Let me show you how to find some really cool topics really quickly. I'll jump out of here and let you get back to your Christmas shopping. So this, as you can see, this is our group, and you're not going to, of course, find topics in here. You want to come in, and one of my favorite places is to search for is Success Magazine. I'm going to come right into the Success Magazine page. I'm going to click on this, and it's going to bring up Success Magazine. So inside of the Success Magazine, you're going to see there's tons and tons and tons of articles, right? And my goal is I'm going to do a generic business tips, right? Here's some motivational quotes that you can use if you're figuring out, what do I post on my timeline, right? You can come in here and grab Jim Rohn's motivational quotes. So we're going to find 11 ways to handle confrontation. Maybe you could do a post that comes down to that. Let's find, let's see, creativity. There's hacks, case against faking it, amid convenience. There's some pretty good ones on here. Here's a good one. 5 smart money hacks to help budget for the holidays. It's holiday time, right? So what I would do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to find this post, and I'm going to open it up, and it's going to bring me a post. Now you'll notice when I get to the Success Magazine page over here, I've got other articles that I can share. 29 beautiful stories that will restore your faith. Now, you're not doing a screen share on this, right? This is just your article that you're going to read for somebody. So you're going to read through this, and I'm going to say, now here's how you do this, right? Here's how this hack works. So you find the topic. The topic to your live is going to be 3 smart money hacks to help you budget for the holidays, right? And you're going to have 2 additional hacks. So you'd open these up, you do your live. The title of your live is going to be 3 smart money hacks to help budget for the holidays. And then you're going to share these, right? These smart money hacks. And you're going to try to avoid all the ads that are going to pop up on this page because they do and they get annoying. And again, you're not sharing this page. You're just on a live and you're actually reading the tips. So tip 1, be honest. You can do a brief summary of this as you read this. You know, I honestly love gift shopping, but the stress of starting a new year, and you're going to literally read this. Tip 2, remember it's December. Consider giving donations instead of physical presents. This is last month, blah, blah, blah. You can read that article. Tip number 3, increase your income. Start a spring cleaning early and sell everything you don't want to give up. Giving a plethora of reselling platforms these days. You can go in. So there's your 3 tips. And then, of course, at the end of that, right, you give the 3 tips. You say, for 2 additional tips, reach out to me for 2 additional tips on smart money hacks, and I'll be sure to share those with you. Now, again, you're not sharing this article. You're not doing a screen share. You really just bring up your video. You can have this maybe split screen where you can read the 3 tips to somebody. You can read those tips, smart budgeting hacks. You say, hey, if you like 2 additional tips on smart money hacks, reach out to me, and I'll definitely get those over to you. So here's the conversation part. So you did the call to action. So anyone that reaches out to you, this is the next part of that step, right? This is your call to action step in terms of reaching out. So when somebody reaches out to you and says, yes, I'd like those 2 additional tips, you say, not a problem. I'll get those right to you. What are some of your money saving hacks? Or what are some of the challenges that you have in budgeting for your money? Again, the whole goal of that call to action is to start a conversation, not just to give them the tips. Now, I'm going to pause right there. If it's somebody that's in your business, just send them the article. You don't need to go into a bunch of stuff and say, hey, thanks, boom, just send them the article, right? But if it's somebody that needs additional tips, if it's somebody that needs additional information, you're going to send them the 2 additional tips. But before you do that, say, Mary, great, thanks for reaching out. I appreciate it. I'm gonna grab those additional tips for you. What are some of your money saving hacks? Right? Start the conversation. The whole point of the live is to start the conversation. What are some of your money saving hacks? Kids, yeah, that's pretty cool. What do you have a business? Is that what you do? Again, you're leading them down the road. Yeah, I have a business. Yeah, what do you do? Man, that's pretty. And you're going back and forth in chat. What do you do? Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Hold on, let me grab these tips for you. And the whole point is, they're curious. Seems like you're a business owner. Do you keep your options open to look at other income opportunities, right? Or right, you can say, you just have a very conversation. What are some of your budget saving hacks? Absolutely cool. Yeah, neat. Oh yeah, those are nice. Hold on, neat. Send the hack, send the link, and I look forward to having a conversation. Then you take Mary and you put her on a spreadsheet, and you're going to follow up with her in about 14 days and say, Mary, it was nice talking to you about those money saving hacks. Did you get a chance to read the rest of the article? She's probably going to say yes or no, or yes or whatever. So yeah, those are really cool. Hey, Mary, I was just thinking about you. You're on my heart. I'm curious, do you have your own business? Do you have your own business? What do you do for a living, right? Or what do you do for your living? Do you have your own business? Again, it's starting a conversation, right? You've already sort of gave her the money and just say, hey, you're on my heart. I was thinking about you. I'm curious, what do you do for a living? And find out, right? Say, what do you do for a living? Hey, just out of curiosity, I was thinking about you. I mean, my business just had a great 2022. I'm expanding and looking for people. And you jumped on my heart. Curious, do you keep your options open to look at other opportunities? If you do, I'd like to share some information with you. If not, have a great 2023 or whatever time of year it is. So that's a way to bring somebody into your lead and prospect bucket by sharing tips. So let's say we've got another sharing tip, right? So let's go back to the screen share and give you another one. So that was your budget hacks, right? Again, this is talking about stuff that has nothing to do with your business other than the fact you're a business owner. So you've got these other hacks out here, 29 beautiful stories that will restore your faith in humanity. What is a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, right? 11 ways to handle confrontation, 25 holiday gifts that support minority-owned businesses. So here are some hacks. Here's some other articles. So you could use this as a as a live. So again, you're going to bring this article up. You're going to put the article alongside what is a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And you can literally come in here and read this article to your audience. Through her book in 2006, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Dr. Carol Dweck, PhD, popularized the theory of growth mindset, the blah, blah, blah. You can read it. Just read this, right? Say, read this. And then, of course, you got all of these tips down here, right? There's reliance. You got this entire article that you can sell. Now, what's going to be your additional information? You can find another article, right, on Success Magazine, right? It might not necessarily be directly related to, it's leadership. Let's try leadership for us. Leadership, right? So we can have an additional article. So as your call to action, when you've gone through the growth mindset, if you'd like additional articles on leadership, I've got 3 additional articles that I can share with you on leadership. If you like those articles, let me know and I'll get those right over to you. Just send me a private message and say, I want your articles. And your articles are right here on leadership. 5 practices of exemplary leadership. Simon Sinek, The Secret Leadership to Millennials, right? A Life of Leadership with John Maxwell. You've got 3 articles right there. You can literally share them a tip. And again, the whole point of you sharing this information here on the growth mindset, right? The mindset hacks is for sharing that. The reason you want to share that, right, is again to have that conversation. So when somebody says, yeah, I'd like the additional articles on leadership, you say, great, have the sidebar conversation. Curious. See, now they're in a growth mindset. They're asking for leadership, which in my opinion is like, hey, curious. Hey, thanks, Elise. Really appreciate it. Do you currently have a business? Right now, again, if these people are in your business, just send them the articles. Don't try to have a conversation. Don't try to prospect them. They're already in your business. Just send them the articles. Say, hey, great, thanks. Here you go. Right? Because some people in your business are going to ask for them. So just send them to them. If they're not, if there's somebody outside, maybe there's somebody seeing your live over on LinkedIn, or they're seeing your live on YouTube, or they're watching your reel or something they don't know, and you do these hacks, right? You're going to send them the 3 additional articles on leadership. Curious, out of curiosity, what do you do for a living? What kind of business are you in? They're going to say blah, 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 blah. That's absolutely awesome. How long have you been doing that? 15 years. Cool. Sounds like, wow, been 15 years. You must really love it. This is exactly what I say in person. 15 years, man, you must really love it. They're going to say, it's okay. Boom, there's your in. It's okay. Wow, it's okay. What's up with that? And you're going to get them to give you reasons. It's okay. What do you mean by that? What's up with that? Right? They're going to explain what's going on with that. Then you're going to come in, well, it's funny, I should bump into you here. It's cool that you caught my live. Do you keep your options open to look at other opportunities, other income and other business opportunities? If they say yes, great. Then of course you can set an appointment up to share it with them later, right? Let me get you those articles. And what are you doing on, what is today? Wednesday? What are you doing on Friday at 1:00? I'd like to set up 10 minutes to do a quick video chat with you to show you my business. And here's the articles, right? Send them the articles. So hopefully this gives you an idea, and having conversations with people. How do you have conversations? I would suggest, right, everything that I just shared, get out a notepad and write down the steps. Step 1, got to have a headline. Step 2, got to talk about what the headline is. Question, do you struggle with leadership ideas, or do you struggle with mindset, right? That would be your question. You're going to have, 5 tips on leadership, or 5, whatever the article is. You're going to read the article. Then you're going to have your additional, your call to action. What are your 3 tips? Inside of that, remember, you need to have a conversation with them about what's going on in their life. Have that conversation with them. You can set up to follow up with them later. You can just send them 3 additional hacks. Like, here's your 3 additional leadership hacks. Have a Merry Christmas. And then 14 days later from now, I said 14 days later from now, you're going to follow up with them and say, hey, Elise, you were just on my heart. Did you get a chance to go through those additional leadership articles? Really cool. The reason I'm doing this, I had my 2020 year, I had a great year in my business. I was thinking about you and just curious, do you keep your options open to look at other business opportunities? Again, you can do the 14 delay in that. It's about generating leads, having conversations, building relationships, and getting people to see that you're a quality business owner that people are going to get a chance to know, like, and trust by simply using. You could use Success Magazine for every live and every reel you do for the rest of your business life. And for people that are used to seeing that, right, they'll get it. right? And those are the people that's okay. You've already sent them an article. You've already put them on your list. You've already followed up with them. If they continue to follow you, great. If they don't, and there's probably other magazines out there that you can use that same type of deal with. Maybe even going in and doing a getting articles out of the Bible that can relate to growing a business, right? Doing something like that. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Hope you got some great value out of this. Go out, kick butt, take names, have an absolutely awesome 2023. Launch your business right now. Put your head down, go to work, do lots of reach outs, get out there on social media so that people can see that you're serious about being in business. Remember, it's not about you. It's about the person that you can help. And when you help somebody else, guess what happens? You make money, right? So hopefully you got some value. I love you. I appreciate you. Have an absolutely wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you